Hi everyone, Cindy Squirrel here. Well, my neighbor dropped off a 3-liter basket of yellow beans out of her garden. And I have another neighbor that loves mustard bean pickles. He's 83, a widower, so I'm going to make him up some. So wash and take both ends off, even the little end there, because they fall off when you cook them and it doesn't look good in your jar of pickles. And then you're going to cut them up small, because I'm water bath canning. You could probably use them whole or in bigger pieces if you were using a pressure canner, but I'm not, so I want to make sure that the beans are cooked and that they are completely pickled. So put them into a large measuring cup, and when you have 8 of them, put them into boiling salt water and cook them until they're just tender, not completely cooked, because you're going to process them for 15 minutes, so they will continue to cook a bit then. Okay, so I'll be back when these are all nice and tender and ready to go in jars. Okay, so I've got 7 or 8 250 milliliter jars in the canner, and it's going to come up to temperature and sterilize the jars. On the back burner I have the beans, and I'm going to cook them in salted water and in a large pot. Now you need a large pot because when you're done you are going to dump your beans into that pot. So in that large pot I am going to put 3 cups of sugar, a half a cup of clear gel. Now a lot of people use flour, but flour in canning, just a second, I got something. There we go. Sorry, I had a frog in my throat. Okay, so if you use flour in this recipe, which is half a cup of flour, when it cools down in the jars, you might see cracks in your flour, and that's an airspace. So I use clear gel. It's a modified cornstarch, and it is for canning. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio of your flour. So half a cup of flour, so I'm using half a cup of the clear gel. I'm using half a cup of mustard, 1 tablespoon of the celery seed, 1 tablespoon of turmeric, so that's going to give you that beautiful yellow. You've got mustard and turmeric, so it's going to be really pretty. And 3 cups of vinegar. You're going to put it in that large pot. You're going to boil it, and it is going to thicken. And then you're going to drain your beans, and you're going to drain them well, okay? And then you're going to dump them into the big pot with these, stir them all up, and then you're going to put them in your jars. There we go. They're all out of the canner. Don't they look beautiful? And you can see one didn't seal, so that's okay. It didn't seal. That means I'm going to put it in the fridge and we'll eat it first. And when you leave the rings off and you store them like that, then you have a better understanding if they're sealed or not. Like this one, I could probably push down and it might seal, but do I want to do that? No, because it's not, sorry, it's this one, darn. You can see how it's, now if I push down on that, it might seal. No, it's not going to. It's not going to stay sealed, which is good, because that would be a false seal. So that one goes in the fridge. Yummy.